Yeah, good afternoon. Very nice to finalize this conference and wrap up my part transition. And mainly I'm reflecting my session presentations, discussion as well, our discussion paper, topical paper, which also covered those challenges, and I am just turning back to this energy trilemma, security, equity, environmental sustainability, and as we are entered to the price shock, and we all expect that market as well policy interventions will buffer this. It's very obvious and clear that there will be several shocks, and most important is to have long-term strategy to balance those three dimensions of energy or energy transition, just keeping all our supply secure, also to understand equity issues and energy poverty, which might rise depending on regions and social groups, and also all this story, which is probably the strongest, or at least which is the most dominant environmental sustainability and climate crisis. The second, it was underlined by Ivan Sergeyev as well by others that there are many cascading effects, and we really need to be, as researchers and policymakers, more careful to understand how those cascading effects and drivers and triggers work, and this is related to demography, population. There are many social economic implications, jobs follow, or labor and job movements, and it's not really very linear and straightforward, and it might have a lot of hidden impact factors as well, quite many lock-ins. Also, I support Andrew Kopo's view on placeness, and probably we need to be more people-centered, and also in our topic paper we use the term citizen-centric approach, and it's extremely important in those transition regions where social issues are really urgent, and a lot of just transition measures are also more market-oriented and job-creating as well, business and entrepreneurship-oriented instead of people and citizens who are still living there. I would like to end with key policy questions following thematic clusters which need further discussion in ESPON community and in among researchers and universities and regional policy makers. First, we still should address more closely and deeply and to understand the risk of widening territorial gaps, in particular in coal regions. Second, as we are overloaded by all directives and Green Deal related legislation and all this train which is moving very fast, legal train, we need to elaborate and integrate those climate-proofing legislative instruments into the real regional policy making. And final point I'd like to end my intervention is that really this multi-level approach, holistic approach is needed. This ESPON main headline still remains how to balance sector-based policies with cross-cutting territorial approaches. Thank you all and see you soon. And I pass the word to Pille Metspalu.
Thank you, Antti. Just to share the secret with you all, we agreed with Antti that both of us should tell 3 sentences, but clearly we did not agree on the length of the sentence. So I tried to be brief and just some comments from my side. I think I have to confess that I'm still digesting all the information, thoughts, ideas and concepts we heard today. In my session, we talked mostly about incorporating sustainable development goals. There were quite different viewpoints. Which level should we employ most, where the focus is? So there is plenty of room for further discussion there. And I mean, at the end of the day, for me, there are kind of certain things that you can basically always count on, like jobs triggering migration that was repeatedly brought up today. And this does make sense, of course. However, for me, as a planning practitioner, I think the maze of new ideas, new philosophies even were mentioned. This is something that is really enjoyable, this is the floor for this kind of discussions. So I do thank you very much for a very fruitful conference seminar today, and I do hope that we will meet up soon, face to face, hopefully, and go on with the discussions. As we can see, there are new concepts emerging, so we should talk about it more and more. So thank you so much, and let's keep in touch and hopefully see you soon.